Is technology meant to make driving safer, actually putting drivers in more danger? And keeping you safe, the CDC sounding the alarm about a deadly outbreak linked to hard-boiled eggs. 12 at 12 starts right now. 12 minutes, no commercials, on TV and on the go, on the 12 News app, Facebook, and YouTube. Hey guys, it's Rachel here. Let's get right to today's talker. Today is, believe it or not, National Regifting Day. It's always celebrated on the Thursday before Christmas. Now, there are some general rules for regifting. Make sure the present is unused and in its original packaging. And don't regift if the item is handmade or personalized. But the big question that no one can really decide on, do you think it's your job to tell someone that your gift to them was at one point a gift to yourself? Cast your vote right now at 12news.com/bullhorn, or you can comment down below if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. The results, minutes away. Hashtag most clicked. Here are the stories piquing everyone's interest right now. History is made in Washington as President Trump becomes only the third president in U.S. history to be impeached. The House of Representatives approved both articles of impeachment against the president late last night, setting the stage for a trial in the Senate. If 2/3 of the Senate finds the president guilty on either count, he'll be removed from office. Our number 2 story, a former ASU football player is being accused of multiple sexual assaults across the valley. Former Sun Devil Tarnell Morant faces counts of kidnapping, sexual assault, and rape. According to court documents, Morant held down one of the women as he assaulted her, then attempted to rape another alleged victim while she was passed out. He's being held on a $25,000 bond. His next hearing will be later on today. And at number 3, if you're headed to a concert downtown, you need to know that Comerica Theater has changed its name. The theater in Phoenix is now the Arizona Federal Theater. With their new Twitter profile, @AZFedTheater, they tweeted that they're partnering with Arizona Federal Credit Union for the name change, and even though they have a new name, it'll still be the same great concert experience. Only on 12 News, we're counting down the top 12 stories of 2019. Coming in at number 10, scary moments caught on camera of a newborn baby dropped into the delivery room. The video, hard to watch, quickly went viral. But what happened to the baby after the drop? Tram has the story.
Guys, it's really scary to watch. A Valley mom just gives birth to twins when one of the babies slips out of the doctor's hand. Luckily, he catches her, but nevertheless, a traumatic time for the parents.
February 2019. A moment Monique Rogers and her husband Derek couldn't believe.
It's been very hard.
Monique had just given birth to her twin girls, Madison and Morgan, at Chandler Regional Hospital.
Well, it's one of the biggest moments of a parent's life, right? Seeing your child be born. But in this case, for this couple, it was a complete nightmare. You could see in the video medical staff cleaning up the baby, but then you see a doctor drop the baby. Thankfully, though, several others were able to catch it.
In a statement, Dignity Health saying, "We are unable to comment specifically on this matter. The safety of our patients and their families is always our top concern."
And you can obviously tell how upset the parents were after watching this happen. Monique said she at least expected an apology from the doctor and from the hospital. Now, the baby did have an ultrasound after the drop, and the baby had a grade 1 hemorrhage, although at this point, it's unclear if it was from the drop or because the baby was born prematurely.
I just wanted people to know what happened to my baby. As a mother, you're supposed to be there to protect them, and I felt like I couldn't protect her when she was born. I couldn't stop them from being rough with her. I couldn't stop him from only holding her with one hand. I couldn't stop anything, and now I don't know if she's gonna be hurt for the rest of her life.
Nearly 3 million people have seen Monique's Facebook post, and in another recent post, she says Morgan is growing and her sister Maddie is doing just fine. So we'll keep track for you.
Keeping you safe with a new warning of a deadly multi-state Listeria outbreak. The CDC is sounding the alarm about Allmark Farm fresh hard-boiled eggs, which the CDC says caused infections in 5 states and at least 1 death. The eggs were packaged in Gainesville, Georgia, then shipped around the country. If you have this product in your fridge, throw it out immediately. A new study commissioned by AAA finds technology meant to make driving more safe may actually make drivers less safe. The study looked at advanced driver assistance systems like adaptive cruise control, which can brake or accelerate to keep up with the flow of traffic, and lane keeping assist. Now, the study found drivers who were experienced with the systems were nearly twice as likely to engage in distracted driving while using them compared to when they were driving without the systems. Switching gears now, Crystal is here with your Forecast 411. And Crystal, it's definitely feeling like mid-December right now.
Old Man Winter might be adding to your holiday decorations during the holiday week, a lot like this photo. And ooh, wouldn't that be pretty? Because not just Santa, but a winter storm is coming to town. Starting Monday night, we're going to be tracking the chances for rain, and there's a good shot throughout the day on Christmas Eve to shake raindrops out of the clouds, even overnight. And when you're ripping open the presents in the morning, Christmas Day featuring a high of only 61. It's going to be chilly. You might still have to put up those umbrellas Christmas night. Those rain chances lingering, and they could add up. Our initial go at rainfall amounts is anywhere from 1/2 of an inch to over an inch. We're going to be tweaking the forecast as we get closer and fine-tuning it. But right now, that's a heads up for you how much rain we could be talking about as a total. And snow levels, they could be as low as 5,000 to 6,000 feet. But in the meantime, it's going to be nice and sunny. Over the weekend, we're above average, cracking 70 degrees. But then keep your eye to the sky starting Monday night for those chances for rain.
Checking your pulse on health, a new Harvard study suggests when you're born may predict your risk of a heart-related death. Scientists looked at more than 115,000 women for nearly 40 years. Those with spring and summer birthdays had a small but significant increase in cardiovascular death compared to those born in the fall. Researchers say this may be due to seasonal fluctuations in diet, air pollution, or sunlight exposure in early life and infancy. Playing with puppies at the pet store could give you food poisoning. The Centers for Disease Control is linking an outbreak of an undercooked chicken-based bacteria to puppies. Most of the 30 people infected with an antibiotic-resistant strain of the disease report recent contact with puppies. The majority of the sickened people who played with the puppies did so at a Petland store. Experts say even a healthy-looking dog can carry and transmit the disease. They recommend washing your hands thoroughly after touching any puppy or dog. Working long hours could take a toll on your health. Canadian researchers followed more than 3,500 white-collar employees for 5 years. They found people who worked more than 41 hours a week were more likely to have high blood pressure, including a type that can go undetected during routine medical exams. This is compared to those who worked less than 35 hours a week. More than 13% of the workers had undetected hypertension and were not being treated for high blood pressure. Well, get this, seeing a play, concert, or visiting an art museum could help you live longer. A new British study found people who engaged in arts activities just once or twice a year were 14% less likely to die within the next decade. Give us 60 seconds and we'll show you some of the coolest people, places, and things that make the Valley so special, like being able to entertain out-of-towners with a full day of foodie hotspots. Colleen is serving up today's A to Z 60.
Here's the deal. We're taking you to 3 different places for the perfect night out downtown. Appetizers, dinner, and dessert, all accompanied by drinks. Let's go. First up, appetizers at Chico Malo at Cityscape.
Today I'm going to make for you guys the vida grandiosa.
This is going to be our guajillo smoked duck al pastor. To make it just extra special and crispy, we put on this hot stone.
And we're just going to add a little bit of butter.
For dinner, we're at Anello in Heritage Square.
The hash, we make it with pork belly that we've raised in-house. This is our house specialty. It's a scallop pan-seared with sweet potato 2 ways.
And they have their own house-made wine to pair well with your meal. And to top the night off, head over to Little Rituals. It's in the Courtyard Residence Marriott on the 4th floor. We're here for drinks and dessert.
This is the Country Bumpkin, which is a traditional flip-style cocktail. We call it our what pie because after you eat it so quickly, you'll say, what pie? Sort of like a pecan pie without the pecans.
So hopefully this gives you at least a few ideas for one night out. And that's your A to Z 60.
Back to today's talker. Today is, believe it or not, National Regifting Day. It's always celebrated on the Thursday before Christmas. Now, there are some general rules for regifting. Make sure the present is unused and in its original packaging. And don't regift if the item is handmade or personalized. The big question that no one seems to really decide on, though, is it your job to tell someone that your gift to them was at one point a gift to you? Well, overwhelmingly, you guys are saying, nah, it's not their business to know it's a regift. 95%. Keep on voting on 12news.com/bullhorn. And those of you watching on Facebook and YouTube, you can always comment down below. Time now for the look ahead. The stories we'll be talking about a little later on today. With only 6 days until Christmas, we're all feeling the holiday spirit. Coming up on First at 4, how the folks at St. Vincent de Paul are going the extra mile to make a big difference this holiday season. And that's your 12 at 12, the facts on everything you need to know in just 12 minutes. No commercials. We're always on, anywhere, anytime, on 12news.com, the 12 News app, and on our socials as well. We'll see you again soon. Don't change that channel. Arizona Midday is coming up next.